बड़े बड़े
बड़े
शहरों में
शहरों में
ऐसी
ऐसी
छोटी छोटी
छोटी
बातें होती रहती हैं।
बातें होती रहती।
Hi Laura, how are you?
Hi,
Or
fine.
shall I say namaste?
Namaste.
How are you?
I'm fine. Yeah, you?
Here I am. This is who I am.
Okay.
First of all, as just the normal tradition of our channel, let me just thank you for being here. Thank you for accepting the invitation on behalf of the entire team of the Drawing House. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming here.
Thank you to you indeed, really. It is an amazing opportunity.
It's an opportunity for us, trust me.
Yes, actually, yes.
All right, so let's start with the questions now.
Yes.
Please, can you please tell the viewers where exactly are you from and how exactly you became a comic book artist?
So I come from Budrio, is a village close to Bologna, north of Italy.
Okay.
Since I was a kid, I had this attitude in telling story and drawing in particular. So my dad is a comic collector actually. So I grew up into comics since I was a kid.
Okay.
And then growing up, my parents was a little bit afraid because I was very into drawing the whole day, so not much into study. So they asked me for a break. And then when I was 18 years old, my dad told me, okay, you're ready, do what you want of your life. So I immediately come back to drawing.
Okay.
And I start to spend some time in drawing and go to the comic fair over here. It used to be very important in Bologna especially. And Bologna is a comic community, very lively and important over here. And then I start to get in contact with professional publishing, but the first contact were very bad. I mean, I had bad experience. You are not enough ready to start this job. It's better if you study at university, stop doing it. So it was hard at the beginning. But then I got in contact with two amazing comic authors, Giancarlo Berardi and Ivo Milazzo. During the 80s, they create comic icon called Ken Parker. So it's a Western series. Mm-hmm. Here in Italy, the comic market is very lively, very important. So I start to work with them in their studio, far from here, in Liguria, Genova. Okay. So I spent my time, I spent 5 years over there, and I grew up as an assistant. I was not able to be a professional immediately. So it was for me a very tough and hard period of my life. Few money, a lot of work, a lot of frustration, but I got the opportunity to grow up a lot through sufferance and frustration and a lot of work. Then I start to work by myself for them. Mm-hmm. And for a couple of years, and then through them I step into the major, biggest publishing in Italy called Sergio Bonelli Editore. Sergio Bonelli Editore is one of the most important publishing all over the world.
Yeah, I know that.
And I start to work in a series called Julia. It's about a criminologist, So in this time, a criminology is established in USA. And a lot of interesting story about serial killers, police story, crime story, noir story. So I spent 15 years in this series. So every book is 126 pages, black and white.
My God.
So I used to do a couple of stories per year. So for me, it was a very intense, very, very tough period. I learned a lot.
I mean, I can just imagine the kind of hardships you would have gone through, because
Yeah.
creating comic book is not easy. It's not easy.
No, not at all. Not at all. But I got the huge opportunity to work with an amazing writer. Giancarlo Beraghi is still now is one of the best comic writer in Italy.
Mhm.
So I learned how to tell a story through images, give a kind of sequence, a movie sequence actually. In fact, I have this mindset. And but in the same time, I start to have some frustration because the job was very hard, only black and white, and I love doing other kind of stuff. And here in Europe, we have another very important comic market in France. So it's much more important. It's full of comic festival, and there are a lot of an amazing comic publishing. So it's, I mean, and give you opportunity to be also an artist, not only a comic artist, something more, but require the color part. So you have to learn also to color your pages. Mm-hmm. So I start to step into the coloring part, and I discover also my painting skill and attitude. So I start to develop the painting part, illustration part, with the colorization of my pages. And many times then I start to step into the French comic market without any results. So after 4 years of try again, without any connection, I start to work with an important publishing called Les Humanoides Associés. Okay. The publishing is very important. Used to be one of the most important publishing because into that publishing for many years work Jean Giraud. Jean Giraud called Mébius. It's one of the most recognized comic artists nowadays. So he worked for Alien, Blade Runner. So he also worked into the movie industry as a concept artist.
All right, now I recognize him. Now, okay.
Yes. So he was one of the founders. With Jodorowsky in Italy. I've been working with Tex. Tex, it's an Italian, it's a Western guy.
and we all know him. Yeah.
Exactly. So actually, I've been working a lot with different kind of stuff, and also I have my painting activity. So
I would interrupt you in between, and I would ask you this. This question was supposed to be asked later on. Now, I mean, because this is the nerd within me, the comic fan. I just want to ask you this right away. How is it working on Tex?
Actually, when I start, it was really difficult. It's still difficult because there are a lot of rules. It's a more than 70 years old character. It is one of the most sold character in the world.
Yeah.
It's a kind of icon in Italy.
It's a legend in itself. It's a legend. Yeah.
it's a legend. It's a legend. So it's still be very, very tough for me. But I take this job as a kind of daily discipline, because it requires a lot of discipline in be precise in illustrate this character. Proportion, a very classic black and white. And I also love Western story. I love the genre. So, and text, it's part of my family, because also my dad is a fan of text. So many people in Italy are just fan of text. In Brazil as well, Portugal. So I love it. I love it. But it's not easy, because there are fixed rules to follow. So you have to follow it without any interpretation. And I've been working with Boselli. Mauro Boselli is the main writer of text now.
Okay.
So it's very strict, it's demanding, but he has a deep knowledge about the genre. So
talking about your own drawing skills,
yeah,
you told that you pencil your work, you
yes,
also ink your work, and then later on you paint them. And
yes,
that's what you prefer. You don't prefer digital coloring. So is this something that everyone does over there? Because painting the panels, it seems to be a very, very tough job. Is it something
yes.
that like is it mandatory over there, or
No, actually, most of the artists color by digital. I can say 80% of author and artists color by digital, because it's easier, because it's faster. But I try, honestly, but I bought a Cintiq, a proper tool to do it, but I cannot. I mean, I love real tools to do my stuff. And actually, after a lot of work, I become very, very fast, very, very fast. So at the beginning was a very hard work, very hard. So I also passed through some desperation, feeling, oh, I cannot do it, because it's a job. It's a job aside drawing and inking, actually. But I learned a lot during this process, and also painting aside helped me to get this sensitiveness and shade of color.
I have seen your artwork. I have seen, and this is some of the most amazing work that I have seen.
Thank you.
It's amazing. It's superb. So, so finally coming on Bullseye Press.
Yes.
How did this all started?
Everything started actually last year during the lockdown. So I was trapped in Mumbai. I couldn't come back to Europe anymore. Actually, the plan was stay 1 month working with Sudeep on our project and come back the first day of April. But I remained trapped. Okay, I was happy actually remaining trapped in India. And then I met also Ravi, his wife. So we start to establish a kind of friendship altogether. So Dracula in some way born and during this period between all of us talking about many ideas, getting contact with many artists, also European artists, because Sudeep also is in contact with European artists for other projects. So he started to write this story, and slowly we develop many things about the visual part. And Deep Joy start to work And I found his work very, very powerful. Actually, it's very, very powerful. I was impressed. And also the color palette. So when I was there, I got the idea with Sudeep to produce a cover for this story. So Sudeep and I, we start to work on this cover. We show the idea to Ravi, and then when I come back to Europe, to Italy, I finish it. And everything happened during the lockdown.
Yeah. Okay, so how was your experience working with Sudeep Menon and Ravi Raj as well?
Sudeep Menon, he's very talented. He has a very great idea, and he's tough working with him because it's very precise in his idea. So you have to try to follow, try to make him happy. And actually, the story I'm doing is pretty tough, and I couldn't do it without him, because I get in touch with a lot of Indian series like Charcha, for example. And so I discovered this amazing universe that I never thought about it. So about architecture, about custom, about decoration, color. So I was extremely, very fascinated. But without him, without his support, I cannot do it actually, because it requires a lot of knowledge. So it's very precise in doing his job. And also Ravi is quite competent, and both have a lot of passion and enthusiasm. And it is amazing seeing both of them work so hard with a lot of enthusiasm that over here we don't have actually, because over here there is a lot of richness. We have everything, and we take for granted everything actually. So there is not this kind of fire, over here. So working with them is just working with enthusiastic people. So, and I really love it.
And can we expect your work in the future projects of Bullseye Press?
Let's see, probably, could be. At the moment, I'm extremely busy. Could be maybe the chance that our job with Sudeep about India could be published in India.
Okay.
That could be happen. But let's see how things develop. Could be.
Talking about India.
Yes.
You have been to India. You told me this. We discussed this earlier on. And it wasn't the first time you were here in India. How do you find our culture and art?
It was amazing when I stepped into India for the first time. I feel like I'm at home. I don't know why. I really love the art in India, architecture, the story as well. It's so dense and rich. And also the philosophy. I really love Buddhism, Hinduism. So I spent 1 month in ashram. And I also traveled through Rajasthan for 2 weeks. I was just amazed by everything, particularly by people.
When you were here in India, usually it happens anywhere. It's not about India, it happens anywhere. In any of the famous movies, there are certain lines or dialogues or slogans that become very famous. I'll speak a line. It's from a very famous movie. So The line is this, and I want you to repeat this.
Okay.
So the line is this. Bade bade शहरों में ऐसी छोटी छोटी
Shoti shoti.
बातें होती रहती हैं.
Bati hoti anti. It means what?
It means, I mean, the guy is telling the girl in the movie, Shah Rukh Khan is telling the actress Kajol that do not worry, I'm here. In big cities, small thing happens, so it's fine.
Okay. No, actually, I'm fascinated by Hindi language. I hope to get the opportunity to learn it at least a little bit.
Laura, at the end, thank you so very much for taking out time.
Thank you to you.
This video means a lot to me, to our team, and for the fans, for the readers, especially for the artists. Somewhere, someone will be sitting in the campus in an art college and will be seeing this video and definitely will be getting inspired. So I thank you for this.
For me, it's a great opportunity. Thanks. Thanks a lot. And I hope to come back soon in India. I miss a lot.
Definitely. And whenever you are here, I mean, count us that we will be there to meet you. That's for sure.
Yes, it will be a pleasure, really.
Thank you so much, Laura. Thank you for your time. All right then.
Thanks. Okay.
Bye.
Okay. Bye. Bye.